Alright guys, it is Friday, April 30th, 2021 at 10:27 p.m. Alright, it's the last day of April. May is gonna start tomorrow. Alright, let's take a look quickly here. We have a large 6.8 earthquake in Japan. As you see here, this is the 6.8, and then there's multiple there's a 4.5 and a 4.4 off Japan. Let's take a look here. A 6.8 magnitude earthquake, 38 kilometers east-southeast of Ishinomaki, Japan. There was no tsunami warning, I believe, advisory with it, but let's take a look quickly here. Let's take a look at tsunami.gov, see if there's any advisories. Just no tsunami warning, advisory, watch or threat, with the one that just happened off Japan. Alright, it happened 35, event depth 35 miles in depth. Alright guys, let's take a look at the next story. America is running low on chicken. Blame COVID-19, a sandwich craze, and a huge appetite for wings. So it is not like we weren't warned. Doomsayers predicted this months ago. A massive chicken wing shortage is brewing. So a lot of chicken shortage going on. It says yet another pandemic shortage is here. Chicken wing prices are soaring, forcing restaurants to adapt. So there's a shortage of chicken wings. Where is the chicken? Poultry shortage affects beloved Bojangles Supremes. It says here, Durham, North Carolina. A national chicken shortage causes Bojangles locations in the Triangle to be out of a popular item this week. Bojangles' famous chicken supreme tenders were not available at any area location, leaving many customers disappointed. So, chicken shortage, a lot of people having to struggle to find, where they could look for chicken. Let's see. Next, restaurants face COVID-19 challenge, finding enough workers. So not only are some restaurants short on items, there's also not being able to find enough workers. It says it's been a brutal year for restaurants, with the sector shedding almost 6 million jobs during the first 6 weeks of the pandemic alone. But with COVID-19 cases easing as the U.S. vaccine rollout continues and many states reopening, eateries are facing a new challenge, filling open positions. More than half of hospitality businesses say they will need to hire workers in the next 6 months, according to a census poll this month. Yet almost 40% of restaurant companies said they're having trouble finding servers, cooks, and other workers. That compares with about 5% of finance and insurance businesses, where workers are more likely to be able to work remotely. The labor shortage threatens to hamper restaurants, as many are reopening or expanding after more than a year of grappling with the business impact of COVID-19. The obstacles to hiring include ongoing worker concerns about exposure to the virus, as well as restaurant employees with children who have been forced to oversee the remote schooling. Restaurants are responding by dangling hiring and retention bonuses as new benefits. So they're having issues trying to find workers. I think today, when I was looking at my Twitter feed, somebody had posted that they couldn't go to Burger King because they went to the drive-through, and they said that everything was closed inside the Burger King because it didn't have any people that came in. So no people showed up for work that day. So they pretty much had to close that Burger King. So a lot of people they're just not showing up for work. Alright, next. Israel crush. Dozens killed at Lach Boomer religious festival. At least 44 people have been killed in a crush at a crowded religious festival in the northeast of Israel. Dozens more were injured in La Boomer celebration, which takes place annually at the foot of Mount Meron. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu traveled to the scene and said Sunday would be a day of national mourning. Tens of thousands of Orthodox Jews attended the all-night festival, making it the largest event in Israel since the coronavirus pandemic began. The country's successful vaccination program has allowed it to lift many restrictions, but health officials had still warned of the risk of COVID-19. So sadly, a lot of people passed away because being crushed in a site where there was a lot of people. They were trampled each other. It says it happened in a split second. Pip just fell. They just fell, trampling each other. It was a disaster. What witness told reporters. So they trampled themselves and hurt themselves. All right, next, a U.S. aid arrives in COVID-battered India as vaccination centers run out of shots and thousands gasp for air. Says the first shipment of emergency medical aid supplies from the United States arrived in India on Friday, and the country continued battling an explosion of coronavirus cases that has strained its healthcare system to the breaking point. A U.S. military transport plane carrying more than 400 oxygen cylinders, nearly 1 million rapid coronavirus test kits, and other supplies landed in Delhi on Friday morning. But as mass vaccination centers forced to close window without any doses to stick in arms, and people continue to die without oxygen at jam-packed hospitals, the aid for the U.S. and other countries that started to pour in is like a band-aid for a severed leg. So the United States stands with India as we fight the COVID-19 pandemic together, said the U.S. Embassy in India in a tweet. So they're arriving, bringing supplies, but apparently the supplies they're bringing might not be enough in India. Please pray for the people of India. They're getting a tough end of the stick there. Alright, next, Biden bans travel from India amid COVID surge. Says the Biden administration has upgraded its travel advisory for India to an outright ban as the COVID-19 crisis in the country continues to spiral out of control, something President Biden once said would not stop a coronavirus. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki announced the ban Friday afternoon, saying the decision. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me find where I was reading again. Okay, Jen Psaki announced the ban Friday afternoon, saying the decision was made on the advice of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The administration will restrict travel from India starting immediately, Psaki told reporters. The policy will be implemented in light of extraordinarily high COVID-19 caseloads and multiple variants circulating in India. The policy will take effect on Tuesday, May 4th. Alright guys, so a lot going on in the news. Please pray for the people of India having to deal with all these coronavirus cases and people still on oxygen, supplies that are running low. Alright guys, see you next time. Hit like and subscribe for more news, and God bless you guys. Please pray also for the people in Japan who are going through that 6.8 earthquake. Alright guys, see you next time. God bless.